I'll come straight to the point. I'm not perfect, and you're not perfect either. You know what else is not perfect? Our gas pipelines. The big difference between our imperfections and those of the pipelines is that for pipelines there exist rules about which imperfection we can accept and from which point they become unsafe. To supply the rising demand for hydrogen gas and to do so in a fast and cheap way, parts of our natural gas grid will be reused for hydrogen gas. But can we, just like that, use the same pipelines for hydrogen gas as for natural gas, knowing that hydrogen is so small it can enter the material and might affect the steel to break earlier? The answer is not straightforward, so let's take a look at the worst case scenario. The most fragile zone of our pipeline grid is located at the joint of two pipeline pieces. Why? Because a tiny region has been exposed to very high temperatures. You could say it's been traumatized by it. It suffers from internal stresses, and additionally the bonding is not always perfect. And let those things be exactly what attracts the hydrogen. So the zone, which is already the most fragile, might also see a higher concentration of hydrogen than the rest of the pipeline. But the question is, how will this affect the behavior of our pipelines and its imperfections? And here is where my research comes in. On a real-life scale, I will imitate an imperfection in such a traumatized zone and introduce hydrogen. By pulling on it, we can see how the material reacts on it. This information will help us to draw the lines and to define the right conditions to use our pipeline safely with hydrogen gas and provide you with hydrogen gas in a short-term and cost-efficient way. Nobody is perfect, including pipelines, but let's just make sure we use them safely.